Those of you that know the Lincoln LS from the Great Lakes Dragway here in Wisconsin, or just from my channel or my Facebook, or just me in general, know that that car was very distinct. I basically bought that car when it was a newer vehicle and it was wrecked, and I had restored it to mint condition. Everything, even all the way to where the AC worked, there was no dents in it. The trans in the motor took a shit. I LS swapped it. It kept getting faster on the street to the point where I had to buy a trailer and towed it. It's always been a LS nitrous combo. It's been 10.0 on motor with a 4060 transmission. It's rear suspension, and it's been even faster on nitrous. I won't even say how fast it's been, but it's a shame that we lost that vehicle. I lost that vehicle, all the time I had into it to get it where it was at, all the braking parts, the making parts. There's nothing bought on that car. Everything had to be designed and made. But we've moved on from that. Maybe we'll build another car. I do have another Lincoln LS shell that I might not have time to build, or we might build it here in this channel with you guys and take everything we learned once again from the other one and apply it to that. But why I want to get to this is the reason for this channel and what we're going to be doing this summer. This is a pretty mint condition, to me mint. Let me turn this camera around so you guys can see it. To me, mint condition, and this tire is just in here for mock-up. I'll get to why once we raise it and get it all out of the way. I had a white 1990 LSC in high school, and I never had no money back then to build it, but it was cool. I couldn't afford a Fox body Mustang, so it had the 5.0 HO like this had. I sold the motor out of this for $500. This is a clean Montana car. No rust on it, very surprised. The old man had it, one owner. And there's some dents and stuff in it, but no rust. I can fix dents, but not rust. And the reason I picked this car is because it's a Fox body. It's one of the bigger Fox bodies, kind of like the Thunderbird or the Cougar. This is the Lincoln Mark 7. This is 1987. Basically like a Mustang. So I can give you guys pictures of what it looked like when I got it. We got the inside. We cut everything away that wasn't structural, that was added weight. I cut the front end off. It has a Team Z tubular front end that I welded up. And I've stitched, welded all the upper frame rails together in between the spot welds. I've stitched up this area down here and up into the shock towers just to give it more strength. It tightens everything up. I mean, it's also been recommended by some local guys that, that I look up to in the drag racing world. So shout out to them. They know who they are. This is all chromoly up here. Once again, you can see as far as I've gotten with the stitching. Obviously, I got to clean up all my burns and stuff. Let's get a light going on here. Is that better? We can see. So that's pretty much strengthened up back there. I am going to come in here at a later time. You can see the stitching burned. Well, the good penetration from the frame rail on the floor. It was stitched up. That's going to strengthen the car up considerably. Now I'd like to kind of tie that in up there. And I'm going to come inside and weld this through after the inside floor subframe connectors are done. And I'll get into that on a video of its own. We've cut everything out for the mini tubs. And cut the spare tire well out to make way for Team Z mini tubs, which I've got tacked up for both sides. Lower torque boxes, Team Z upper torque boxes, rear coilover kit, rear traction bar kit. Tight squeeze over here. This is a rear bumper bar for a Fox Body Mustang, if anybody wants to know. It fits beautifully. So just kind of getting an idea how a small tire fits on there. This is going to be a small tire car. There's the upper torque box laying in there. I got it fitting pretty good. I got to do some more grinding and massage it to get in the fit. But I'll be getting into that in a later video as well. So there you have it. I'll try keeping you guys up to speed on it. It's gonna get this Team Z lower K member. I have a 10-point Rhodes chassis that's chromoly. It is for a Thunderbird 83 to 88, I believe. And I fit the main hoop in there and it seemed to be pretty nice, so hopefully the rest of it goes good. Got some chromoly tube up there, 1 5/8, that we're going to use for make my own through the floor subframe connectors. Show you guys how I do that. I got a pretty neat idea coming up. And I guess we can just go check out the list. Basically, I have my to-do list for the next month getting this car, and we're just gonna call it building a foundation. I'm gonna pick up where I'm at right here, making this video today. This list will start tomorrow, removing the lower torque boxes and remove the seat brackets that are still left under there. I'm very anal about all the little pieces of weight I can get rid of. I can basically pick the whole front end of the car up with one hand right now. I've never been able to do that with any of the cars I've built. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Just gonna lift the car up now and kind of show you guys how much I got cut out, what I still got to cut out. I'm working on the lower torque boxes from Team Z, and got to cut out a lot of stuff. So I'm show you. I'm in the back wheel well right now. Basically, it's cut off from that flange where the outside tub meets the inside, and I left a bit of the outside to weld the tub to. I'm in the midst of removing this driver's side torque box and basically using two kinds of cutoff wheels, a straight cutter and a long angle one, which is new and it's coming in handy. It's gonna turn out to be my favorite tool. I'm also using just a grinder like this, and then I'm getting the most use out of this tool from this tool's from 3M, but you don't have to use a 3M one. This is 1/2 inch, and I'm using the 3M purple. I think it's Curbitron. They last the longest. 36 grit, it eats right through spot welds. Also, I have a small saw, but which I haven't been able to use because I don't have blades. I tried ordering them and they got returned. It turned out to be a bullshit deal, so I got my money back and I got more blades coming. A plasma cutter, I did actually use more than I thought, and I will be doing as much with the plasma cutter tomorrow on this torque box and the other side one as I can, and then be putting that baby away. So that's what I got. The tubs have been just tacked up and a little bit trimmed off that I'm going to use to kind of frame it in once it's done, and I'll show you guys that. Back to the list. Those seat brackets, I'll show you. I kind of just have them marked under here. If you could see where I gotta grind the spot welds out, because we'll be putting our own seat brackets onto the subframe connectors to mount the seats, which are over there, which have their different brackets on them. So we'll just do that, how they fit in when we're making the cage. And yeah. And then once we get the car light, we're gonna weld in the lower torque boxes, Team Z, following the directions, fit the upper torque boxes. Not gonna weld that in. Then we're gonna get rid of the doors, the deck lid. We're gonna fit the subframe connectors, not weld them in. You'll know why once this is done. Weld stitch up the inside of the car. Finish doing that. Weld in the mini tubs at that point. Stitch up the back part of the vehicle. And then I want to hole saw everywhere possible once it's all tightened up to even get some more weight out. And then we're gonna epoxy prime the whole body. Put everything off the car. And we're gonna purple paint most of the subframe. Some of the parts I know that are gonna go on the car right away before it goes back in the frame machine. We're gonna weld in the subframe connectors,